Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Trying to figure out what light looks better. Let's screw the ring light for a minute here. Say hello. I got this cream, this foundation, that is just way too pale. How are you guys doing? Gonna wait for you guys to come in. Join the rebel gang. That's interesting. I'm doing my lips into my phone. Okay. Say hello. Oh my God, this foundation. Color. I thought I bought the right color, but it's the wrong color. So I'm okay. I just look really pale. And it's funny because the camera always eats up a lot of color. And then in real life, look at that. In real life, it's like, people might be like, what the hell is she doing? Where is she going? It's Sunday afternoon. Calm down. Calm down with your makeup. I don't even want to wear that much makeup anymore. How's everybody doing? If you're here, check. Say hello. I just finished my breakfast. And I wanted to talk MTV, guys. Yeah, this foundation is so wrong. It makes me look so pale. Yeah. Weird, weird, weird. Let me see the comments if someone is here. If you're here, just say hello, hello, hello. And let me know how you're doing and where you're tuning in from. I am just working. It's funny, 2026, I promise to not work so much, to do less of the things that drain me and more of the things that actually excite me. You know what I mean? I'm looking for my jewelry. How did I ever like make it on time anywhere in real life? How you doing, Winter Sun? Alex, how are you doing? It's a beautiful day today here in Alabama. It's sunny. It was like raining and now it's like nice and sunny. But I'm inside right now getting some work done and then getting some more work done, doing another Zoom call with my declutter people. And just wanted to check in, guys. So I don't know if you heard about the whole MTV thing, and I kind of saw it and I was like, MTV is dead? What do you mean MTV was still a thing? Because I thought it was dead a long time ago. I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I watched MTV. It's funny because I have actually music that is music placements on shows that are on the MTV channel, I guess, like Ink Master and stuff. But yeah, so it's interesting that it's even news. Did you guys know? Like, have you been like catching up with MTV at all? I had no idea they still do music. But here's a fun thing. I wanted to talk about this because, MTV, I think, was definitely revolutionary, right? In the music industry, because for the first time you could actually like see a band. And I remember the time, MTV times, where, oh my God, I knew my favorite bands. I knew their names. I knew almost everything about them. These days, you hear a good song and you're like, that's nice. I know you guys, actually, a lot of you that like love Nightwish or Epica, bands that you really love, you do know their names, but I feel it's become less, right? Because yeah, back in the day, it was a thing. It was a thing. These days, it's just more, you know, new song in and out, old songs forgotten kind of thing. However, good songs stay forever. That's why they're called evergreens, right? I don't have to cover up my German beauty. Yeah, I don't, but I'm a little cold. So, you know, what was, I feel, it stood for music television, right? And then it became just like shows, just crazy, stupid shows. Again, I had placements on some of those shows, but I always thought like, what happened? Why did it collapse? Maybe because of YouTube, right? Because on YouTube you can actually watch what you want. But one of my highlights, and I would love to know some of your highlights. What was something that you felt was so freaking awesome about MTV? I really loved RYZE 101. I really loved the Headbangers Ball. The chick was so cool. She was like blonde, long blonde hair, and she was just badass. And I loved all the music they would play. Um, and us being able to discover it, that was really cool. But did you watch MTV, and what was some of your favorites? I know, right? Like nobody MTV. It's interesting to me that it even made news. I'm like, it's they've been dead. But what was like? I'm just curious to see how you guys remember MTV and what some of your highlights were. Um, I don't know. Like, did you ever record any of the videos onto VHS? Or your mixtapes and what music changed your life? What music felt like when you first heard it, you were like, holy shit. And not only heard it, but saw it, right? List a few artists that you felt, that was just kind of revolutionary, you know? I made it a list so I remember what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, there was so many amazing. I feel for me, Metallica when and the Sandman, that was definitely like a badass freaking video. I was like, wow. And to me, I've always loved the visual because when you see a visual and then along with the band, you not only get to kind of see the band and get to know the members better, but also like get a total vibe of what they're all about. And I think music videos are always, they're mini movies and just how they started. Like when you think of that music video from Aha, take on me, and I mean, the sun. Remember MTV for the Headbangers Ball too. Well, it was a thing. It was like all the way into the 90s, right? I don't quite remember, but when Aha came out with that video, I felt that was pretty ahead of its time, what they did. Or Bowie, I don't know. I mean, Kurt Cobain, when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out, I was like, holy shit, what is this? Um, yeah, I thought MTV was really cool. And when they was that also when they did Beavis and Butthead, and they were just like, you know, um, but yeah, what is the next thing? I think the next thing is already here. It's YouTube. Um, and, bands release their music videos here, and then you can watch whatever you want. And no Googling. You're not allowed to Google it. What do you think was the first music video ever played on MTV? Let me know if you have an idea. And I'm going to give you three. Thriller, Video Killed the Radio Star, or Like a Virgin. Which ones do you think was the one? And I'm going by my research. Yeah, I was already in the States, but I started when I was in Germany. hmm Did you guys get that? Like music video ever played on MTV? Thriller, Video Killed the Radio, or Like a Virgin. Like a Virgin. Ooh, touch for the very first time. Guys, I got like 3 cups here. This is my black tea. This is my coffee. And this is my dandelion tea. Oh, and then I got water because you got to hydrate. Well, whenever you hydrate with water by itself because it's not hydrating you. You got to put some vitamin C in there or some lemon, little bit of lemon, a little bit of salt. Um, I wanted, where do I do the sticker, like to the question? Maybe you can guys, you can answer. So one more time. What was the first music video ever played on MTV? So the video killed the radio star or like a virgin. I'm gonna say it. Duran Duran, Hungry Like a Wolf. Oh, that was the first video you ever saw? Yeah, I was talking about that's yeah, Duran Duran, man, they're like amazing also. But what was the first video ever supposedly according to the internet? Video Killed the Radio Star was ever first music video played on MTV. I didn't know that. Interesting. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Da 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 da. Oh, 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 oh. It's so good. Yeah. All right. Question two. What artist had the most iconic MTV video vanguard moment? Are we back? Are we get? Are you getting your cover? It's a live cover. My internet is sucky. That's why I didn't come on yesterday either. It was just so crazy. We have a Starlink, but Starlink needs an open sky to get connected, and we are covered by trees, which is beautiful. All oak trees, really beautiful oak trees. But yeah, can't can't really use the Starlink. Yeah, I froze. Gotta make sure I always like smile, huh? Or like go like. I was on someone's podcast and oh my god, I sound like a robot like half of the time because my internet was like all glitchy. And then it speeds up really fast. I'm like, did I talk that fast? I'm like, oh, that was like when my internet started coming back. Okay, so the artists that had the most iconic MTV video vanguard moments were Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Britney Spears, all of them. Um, but let's see. Was there like a band where you were like, oh my God, I cannot wait? Um, but man, speaking of, so that was all the pop stars and the rock stars, right? And then there was the 80s rock for sure, and then metal. It had everything. It was like you go to a club and they have three levels. First level is just all pop music, whatever, and then the second level is industrial goth, and then the third level is freaking metal and rock, you know? So much variety. But what do you think, like, out of all the music videos, like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, Tool, right? Um, Marilyn Manson, Pantera, Korn. I think when Korn came out, I was like, holy fuck, that was so cool. Um, which ones were your top favorite ones? Like video where you were like, holy shit, am I watching that? That's crazy, you know? Not only, I think not only shaped MTV the evolution of music because you were able to watch videos and get to know your artists more, but also fashion, right? Because you got a chance to like see what they're freaking wearing, and the 80s to me, I think one thing they always nailed is almost hilarious. Everybody looked just hilarious, right? Like with their spandex, you know. When I think of Mötley Crüe or all these bands that had the guys in the band that all looked like beautiful women. I liked it actually. You're having eggs, asparagus, toast, and coffee. Oh yeah, yeah. Are we having coffee clutch right now? I'm having coffee. I actually made an egg salad today. Um, yeah, we had toast and egg salad, and I don't even. I am like weird because I when I do research on stuff, and I read something or hear something that is like not good for me, I don't do it anymore. So I was looking up. My dogs are so icky, and I've been looking up, you know, what could cause it, besides maybe allergies because we are not really in the winter. But they said like kibble is really really bad for them because of the high temperature when it's being processed, and it kills like pretty much everything. It's like so many chemicals, and then they do synthetic vegetables to kind of vegetables synthetic like vitamins, you know, to add nutrition back into it. But it's really not good for them. So anyway, so toasting your bread is supposedly also not that healthy. But anyway, whatever, at this point nothing is really healthy, but I read labels, so I pick most of the stuff I pick. I would assume, I'm hoping it's the better stuff. Back to Headbangers Ball and fashion statements, you know ripped jeans, chains, white leather, the long hair, and that was just like, yes, that was it. Putting on a show, watching a video, and then what let's go back. Like, so I made a list because I'm always straying. So did you ever wear, like, did you ever like try to wear something that you've seen, like you're like, oh my god, that band is wearing that, so I better start doing that? Well, I was a variety of music. I listened to many, to mention 99 Luftballons and Kraftwerk. Yeah, Kraftwerk, right? That was, they are actually, I saw them in LA at the Hollywood Bowl with the open sky, and they were just freaking amazing. I could not believe that there's like three guys sitting behind their I guess computers, and just hardly moving, but being so entertaining, because they had like a big screen, and then they had these UFOs kind of coming at you. It was like freaking like a mind fuck. It was really cool actually. But that was cool. Yeah, Kraftwerk. Yeah, for sure. And 99 Luftballons. Oh god, I used to love watching Nena. I was like, I want to be her. Um, but that was kind of cool. And all the rock gods, which frontman do you think had the most dangerous like energy? Like that, for me, when I would watch Metallica, I'm like, I want to be them. they just they just have this like masculine freaking power. You know what I mean? Their music videos, they were always so good, but then also just watching James Hetfield and listening to the music, listening to the whole band, like watching the whole band was just like, oh, this is so good. That was definitely one of my highlights. Of course, Ozzy, and not to forget Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses. That was badass. I think they had amazingly well produced music videos. Um, and he was a great frontman too. Even though when I saw Guns N' Roses live, Axl was actually really disappointing, because he was just so high on shit, and he stopped. He was trying to. He ran off the stage, and then the whole band kind of stopped playing after about 20 minutes waiting for him. First, I think Duff McCain stopped, and then, Slash was still going, and he was like, fuck this. I was just like, what's happening? And then X came back out like half an hour later or something like that. And then he was just sitting around, just singing and basically doing fuck you to everybody who was there. And I'm like, holy shit, that's so disrespectful. Hi, Dragon and Black Hole. Bombastic eye, side eye, bombastic side eye, bombastic side eye. Right. You know. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that. Axl Rose. That was just like, man, when you watched your heroes and you're like, this is so cool. That was so inspiring as a kid. I was like, that's who I want to be. And I think metal just in general, it always got so little exposure everywhere else, like on the radio. In Germany, on the radio, even these days, you don't really hear metal music, rock or metal music, like heavy rock, definitely not heavy rock, and definitely not metal music. So, no, I haven't seen the meme. Cat Smelly Feet gives a fat bombastic side eye. No. I have not seen it. I'm not so hip on all the memes. That there's a meme for like shirts that is like so stupid and everybody's like going crazy over it. Oh yeah, I love memes. I think memes are hilarious. Are you taking Bolt? Okay. Balti, you want to go for a car ride? You want to go with a truck with Daddy? You want to go? Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Just make sure you use the stairs, okay? Yeah. Good boy. Take the leash. I will. All right. Here. Thank you. Love you. All right, my dogs are going for a car ride, for a truck ride. But yeah. So yeah, MTV was the shit, What the hell are you doing here? Just get the fuck out of my room. Remove you. I need a mod. I need a mod. That's the downside when you do like a live. There's like some idiots coming on and just, they're probably really ugly and lonely and sad. So I'm sending you love, and I hope you find yourself and start loving yourself and find a hobby. Find something to do that's actually, creates an impact and has meaning. See, internet trolls, and you all should learn that internet trolls are just so fucking dumb, because they just come on and try to cause shit, which I don't really care, because you cannot disturb my peace of mind. But they're also just losers, because if you would encounter them in real life, they will not even walk up to you and say anything. They'd just be like, this is actually a real person. She's going to kick my ass, and you bet I would. Fuck yeah. You don't want to fuck with me, trust me. Just saying. I'm really nice. I am really nice. But don't fuck with me. So, but I don't know you, so I don't really care. But so I think, what was the other quiz question? I just had all these questions. Which band famously refused? Oh, so this is just like, I was just like checking out ChatGPT and seeing getting some information. I don't know 100% if that's true, but which band famously refused to make music videos early on? Was it Metallica, Nirvana, or AC/DC? Who was it? Who was it? You Japanese, Chinese, whatever the hell you are, just get off this channel. You're cluttering up our chat. So get off. Go away. Right? I know. I'll let them trolls be here. Like, they have nothing to do. You shut up. You're on my channel, dude. Get off. Get the fuck out of here. You don't belong here. So what are you doing here? You have no life? Yeah, exactly. Shut up. He's like, shut up. He comes on my life and says, shut up. leave the Japanese man alone. I know, right? What are the directions to that place? How are you? Yeah, well, then he should just shut up or be nice, But anyway, so what band refused to first make a music video early on? Was it Metallica, Nirvana, or AC/DC? I know you know this answer. And this is just, again, ChatGPT. I don't know if ChatGPT is that correct, right? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Not everybody has to like me. That's totally fine. You don't have to like me. I don't like everyone either, That'd be so fucking boring. All right, it was Metallica. Metallica refused to first make videos, and they ended up making these freaking amazing videos. The other question is, which band nearly got banned? You know this one because it was too much. Was it Smells Like Teen Spirit? Was it Closer by 9 Inch Nails? Or Enter Sandman? That one is actually, you know this one. You guys know this one. I want to know if you know this. Metallica, yes. But no, for this question, second question, which really got banned. Jeffrey, yes, to you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking in. We're just reminiscing over what was your MTV experience and memories, and maybe one video or a thing that really kind of got you maybe start your own music or start your own fashion trend, got you inspired to or you got into it because you saw that music videos. I think whenever you see a visual, audio is obviously inspiring, but when you see a video, it evokes different emotions, and we really can relate oftentimes, or like get mesmerized by, either the singer's charisma, their voice, just their manners, right? I think that's just so, I love that. I mean, Good Life Prince 69, how are you? Thanks for being here. Mötley Crüe, Livewire. Yeah. They were just wild. I read his book. Um, what's his name? Not Tommy Lee, the other guy, who died several times. And man, they were crazy, but they survived. It's just, I mean, back then, right? It was like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, like no freaking excuses. They would go and trash hotel rooms. And I mean, it's kind of crazy because, in a way, that was all part of their budget. They paid for it. But I guess it felt good to be a rock star, to be a rebel. And I kind of like that, though, because I'm a rebel myself. And I think that that's what's missing a little bit, like that fucking rebel energy that just like, just I know when you think about how long ago MTV was, it's like, what the hell? 2006 is 20 years ago. Shit, what happened? We were all just 5 years old. We were all really young metal fans, metal heads, in our little cradles, like, "Ah!" Interesting thing is, did you guys start out with metal or were you into pop? Because seriously, me, I was a big pop queen. I love pop music because I love melody. So I love Madonna, and 80s were the best. I so agree with Jeffrey. Because what up, Quakes? Hello, how you doing? 80s were great because it had great melody, it had great sense of humor, lots of crazy fashion, and so much rebellion in that, right? Like it was just so fucking, we don't give a shit. Guns N' Roses to me is one of those bands that sadly they didn't make it for very long because of the drugs and the drama. But I think that they still hold up pretty well. Like if you listen to Welcome to the Jungle, like dude looks like a lady. I love that. I loved like guys in the makeup, like Sebastian Bach. Oh God, sign me up. Axl Rose, but then Nirvana came out, right? And that was the whole grunge scene that was definitely also so disrupting everything that was happening. And that's why all the 80s guys hated Nirvana because they're like, what the fuck? We're just trying to look good. And now, by Good Prince 69. And now, it's, yeah, I love Nirvana. And hi, Rue, by the way, Rue Yeti. How you doing? Tell me where you guys are actually tuning in from, where you at. I know Alex is in Texas. I am currently in Alabama, which I'm starting to like more and more. But man, when Nirvana came out, that was a whole new breath of fresh air, breath of fresh air. And Toronto, awesome. Yeti, what's up, Yeti? Am I saying that right? I hope so. Yeti or Yedi? Yeti? Love that name. New York City, John Wick. Yes, I love that. I love John Wick. It's one of my favorite movies. Oh, I did. I did have a huge crush on Sebastian Bach. And then I also had I had crushes on several people. Brother in Alabama. I don't know what that means. Federal ICE agent, but I don't have a brother. But I do kiss my dog all the time. Yes, but so then Nirvana came out. That was like, what the fuck? And all the 80s dudes were like, wait, we're not dressing up anymore. We're just wearing like, old, ugly clothes, like ripped stuff. That was definitely, and this whole, I loved Alice in Chains. I think they were amazing. Who else was there? Oh my God, all these awesome, I love all the different phases, right? But then the 90s, yeah, and then freaking Nine Inch Nails came out and Marilyn Manson, and to me, that was it. I was just like sold. In the beginning, before I got into metal, so I was into rock, very much in rock, pop. I loved Madonna. I loved like all the old school like Bee Gees, and my dad was listening to that, so I liked all that, the disco and the new wave kind of stuff, Nena, and then the Cure. Someone introduced me to the Cure, and I was like, "What is that?" And that was so new and fresh to me as well. And so, 80s, 90s music is the best. I agree. And then it was just like so. Oh my God. So, the Cure, was something about them I really loved. I could so relate. My hair was like up to here. I would do the whole Cure saying. I was like a Grufti in German. We call it Grufti, like a gas, you know, which I didn't know I was a gas. But I was told later when I started my band Artist Daughter. But then I got into AC/DC. I was like, oh my God, they are so amazing. And that was it. I started listening to Metallica and Sepultura and Overkill and all these bands that were just like so fucking heavy. And then my favorite band became actually, you know Brian very well? Brian from where? Um, oh, from, I get it, never mind. Yeah, I am. I am 95. Metalhead, that's right. And oh my God, that was it. I could not believe Pantera became my favorite band, which if you would have told me that when I was like 14, no, no way ever, right? But I love Pantera so much. Hi, Hadas. Yeah, I cannot say a name, but Spires Us. Hadas Hanas. What up, Zad? Um, that was it. You know, Metallica came out, and yeah, Pantera is just fucking good. To me, that is still, to this day, give me one band that is as good. Yes, Slaughter to Prevail, Alex Terrible is really, really good, but it's not, I mean, his skills are good. He's got really great technique, vocal technique, and it's just some of his covers are funny because I'm like, don't do that. But I love that he's just doing it. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's Alex Terrible. But Hadassah inspires us. Yes, nice to meet you as well. Thank you for being here. And then, but no one to me has come close to Pantera. I mean, I love Falling in Reverse, but they're completely different. It's not even the same thing because he screams too, and he's way more melodic and stuff like that. One of my favorite bands ever. Uh, but Pantera, man, nobody. And I saw them at the Viper Room many years ago. Dimebag had already passed away, and you know he was actually, it was Phil Anselmo and the Illegals. Um, I didn't even really like them, the Illegals. You know, they ended up playing the entire Far Beyond Driven album, which is my favorite album ever. It was so freaking good. I, I don't know if I act thrown off the internet again, but I was saying that when I saw Anselmo and the Legals at the Viper Room, he actually played Far Beyond Driven. The entire album is my favorite album ever of all time. So freaking good. So the video that nearly got banned was Closer by Nine Inch Nails because it was pretty, you know, pretty visual. It was pretty, I don't know if that was the beginning, grotesque, if you want to say, but there are some idiots out today. It's Sunday. Aren't you supposed to be in church or at My Life? You can either, it's one or the other. And if you're in here, you got to be nice. But Miller, whatever, it's fine. You found your favorite YouTuber? Oh yeah, Joey Clips. Are you trolling to, or actually for real? Anyway, so that was just crazy. And then watching Night. Oh my God, Falco. Yes, Falco was so amazing. He died so young. Rock me Amadeus, 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 Amadeus. Oh my God, that whole new wave scene was just insane. And I think it was so cool because there was just so many songs, but there were a lot of one-hit wonders, right? But who cares? I mean, yeah, you had a Falco cassette. Oh my God, yeah, he was awesome. I loved his voice and his whole man. Again, that charisma, right? You could not stop watching him. Oh, thank you, Joey. Appreciate it. Welcome to the family, to the Rebel family. But Erica, how are you? Erica, and you're turning a But oh my God, yeah, Falco died like a long time ago. Oh, the Deftones. Oh my God, what's that song? Ugh, that is so sexy. Everybody loves that song. It's very whispery sounding, something with flies. Flies. Ugh. The Deftones, they were so, I mean, actually, when I hear Sleep Token, I feel they have a little bit of Deftone influences. Tell me if you agree, because there's like elements in their music, the delivery of the vocal, not always, but I heard that a little bit. I was like, man, they're so freaking unique, and but they remind. This is so exciting and annoying. It's like, you're offline, you're online again, you're live again. I'm like, oh my god, freaking Wi-Fi. I know my connection sucks. I'm at a RV campground, and the internet has been really shitty, and my Starlink is not working, so I apologize for that. Poison, oh my god, they were amazing also. Again, I love all the different. I can't even say one era was better than the other. I love the whole new wave season, like, or era, I should say. Then I really loved. I know, right? Shit happens. It's that's the downside. We're all connected. We can connect from anywhere in the world, and at the same time, it's like, and we get so mad. It's like, and we get so mad. It's like, my fucking Wi-Fi is not working. I get so pissed. Actually, this year I want to remove that, and I encourage you to do that too, because when we are angry, and I'm super impatient, so I'm working on that. I want to be more patient and give myself grace. But anger makes you fat, and anger also releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone which causes dis-ease. So let's all just chill out more, right? And focus on our health and well-being, and not let technology take over, because that's the danger. I think the more we rely on technology, the more we expect, and when things don't work immediately, then it's just like, wow. Pink Panther. No, giving myself grace means I can be whoever the fuck I want, and if you don't like me, then you can leave. Bye. Anyway, so that era was more awesome, the new wave era. And then I really love the 80s era, where all the 80s rock bands, Guns N' Roses, Queensryche, remember those guys? Holy shit, they were so good. And who else was so groundbreaking back then? But anyway, and then the kind of grunge era came, and I liked that too. It's interesting how and I think we're moving, when we speak about the future of music, it's I think we're moving into feel good music again. Music, like happier music, is coming back, where we just focus on good shit, and not, the 80s kind of, I am offline again. It's good to utilize technology, and also know when to step back, for sure. So then the grunge era came, and then the industrial goth era came, which I really enjoyed. Marilyn Manson, Trent Reznor was the leader of it. And I mean, if you really want to dive deep into Trent Reznor and his background, he was actually a giant Kiss fan. I got a chance to be in a studio in New Orleans. I got to meet him, and it was just freaking amazing. He was giving me such. There were Kiss posters everywhere, Kiss stuff everywhere. But Skinny Puppy was really the original one that did what Trent Reznor was doing, but he took it to the commercial level, right? Like, Skinny Puppy is very underground, very dark, and the vocals are not very commercial, I guess is the right word. But I did not meet Gene Simmons, but I know people who did. He's a pisser. He's funny. But that was just amazing, Good hook, Jerry and Alex, terrible. Right? His vocal is just so good. And dream and hit those freaking high notes and transition into it. It's just holy shit, But I did not I saw him live, and I expected a bit more, to be completely honest. And I mean, but it's easier said than done, because he really a perfectionist, I think, and he just wants things to be as they are on record, which I think is like a little boring, because I love hearing, I said that last time, I love hearing someone slightly off pitch, slightly, messing up here and there, because that makes you know that they're playing live. They're fucking up. And that's normal. And it's kind of part of the live deal, right? Um, but yeah, it's the MTV era is dead. That's hilarious, because MTV has been dead and music lives on, and now we get a chance to do whatever we want to do by picking and choosing who we want to watch on YouTube, right? That's my main resource for music. I don't really care about Spotify too much. And it's also not, I think they have videos now too, right? But I don't really watch that or listen, go on that much. But yeah, then the industrial era came. What came after the industrial era? I don't even know. Was that the death of it? The death of eras and just blending different genres together? Because I don't remember what came after. What was the next big thing after Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson? What was the next big thing? I don't know. Let me know if you guys know. Um, Interesting, isn't it? It's so interesting. Yes. So, and speaking of the future of music, oh my God, I would so love to work with RYZE. Don't even. That's on my to-do list. That's on my dream, on my bucket list. I would love to open up for Disturbed, because I love that band. They're so good. Holy shit, that energy and all their songs are just so good. And they're meaningful. And then his music is just out of this world. Limp Bizkit, huh? I loved Korn. Man, when Korn came, did they come out after Nine Inch Nails? That was another band. I think there's certain bands when they come out, you're like, whoa, I've never heard that. Yeah, Gaga came after JBB. Yeah, I used to do the whole stage blood. I was like really upset when she did all that. I'm like, that's supposed to be me. No, when Korn came out, I was like, holy shit, I'll never forget where I was. I was at Webster Hall in New York City on the dance floor, and they played Going Blind. And I was just like, what the fuck is that? I ran DJ. I'm like, who is this band? What are you playing? And that was it. I was such a huge Korn fan. I followed them for a long time. Jonathan Davis, his vocal style, his energy. And it's funny because I also saw them live and I was not impressed. I thought they were a little boring live. But the music, oh, oh my God. Yeah, that was it. I even loved when they did their little, Skrillex, he did, what's it called? Dubstep. When dubstep became a thing, and oh my God, when they did that album with like the dubstep elements in it, I thought it was the coolest shit ever. And no, it didn't really resonate with people for some reason. For me, dubstep, and maybe there was another era, right? When Skrillex came out, that was also something that I never heard. So it was like Korn, Nine Inch Nails, Nirvana, certain bands where you were just, what the fuck is that? And when Skrillex came out, yeah, that was another moment where I was just so inspired, and I would just listen to that nonstop. Korn, yeah, Korn, and did they work with Skrillex? I don't even know if that was a collaboration or if they just did dubstep on their own. Famous thing, huh? That could be it. Yeah, when Zed and Avicii, Avicii, is that his name? Who's also dead. Steve Aoki. I think that's when things again shifted, right? From a lot of live bands and rock and metal, alternative bands to more DJs. And honestly, for the longest time, they got a lot of shit, right? Like they would always be bashed. And I dabbled like being a DJ, and I will say that being a DJ is because you have to know a lot of music. You have to know what would really mix well together, mash well together, and also break the rules a little bit. There's a DJ that I really love, Sick Ick. He's amazing. Korn discovered Limp Bizkit. Okay, yeah, Limp Bizkit. They had a few good songs, but I didn't really get into them too much. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie, eh. And then what was the other one? Break some shit or something. That one was amazing. Ooh, and then there was another band that I was disappointed when I got the album, but I heard the song Mudvayne. They had one song. Don't you like, do you have memories of when that song came out? I remember being in New Orleans at a club. Theirs wasn't like stable enough, but they played this Mudvayne and I just lost it. I was freaking pretty much by myself. There were like maybe 5 other people there. But holy shit, that was such a great song. And then I guess Static X came out and oh yeah, I wanted to mention a few other bands in the industrial scene, oh my God, Orgy. What was the other band? The Dreaming Now, but he was before that. Chris Hall, he was in the band. I can't even save myself. So just save yourself. Oh, that was so good. That was just so good. You were DJing in school, in high school. It's fun, right? I really wanted to get into it, but I was like, okay, there's just too many things. So I got dumped of the Wi-Fi again. But even if they just acted like they were doing stuff, they still had to do all the prep while they acted on that before they pretended to do something. So, and they were doing it anyway. Yes, Rage Against the Machine at the Palladium. Oh my God, I can only imagine. Well, that's another song, right? There's certain songs where it's like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I want. Oh my God. When that chick came out, it's like, yes, yes, bring it. This is like, I love and I wish, hopefully, maybe someday I can do that, where you write a song that is just so out there, so groundbreaking, even where it's just so fresh. Billie Eilish, like her or not, but when she came out, that was also very refreshing, right? Because we have never heard of anything like that. But man, who else was there? That was just like a no groundbreaking sound. Maybe even Hosier. When Hosier came out, Take Me to Church, that was a good song. That was a really good song. But it wasn't like as groundbreaking, I think. But like, yeah, Rage Against all those type of artists, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Shakira. I don't know, like I think a lot of them were slightly boring. Linkin, oh my God. So Rue Yeti, like Linkin Park, when they came out, I actually didn't like them at first. I was like, ew, they're just like a, pop rock band. And then they grew on me so much. There was probably one of the few times when an artist passed away. I was really upset when I heard the news about Chester. That was really, really sad because I feel like they changed a lot of people's lives with their music and with their energy. And oh my God, that was such good songs. Yeah, there's so much good music, I couldn't believe it because when you think about it, POD, they were awesome too. So many good bands. I love going back to that, thinking like, oh, look at all the bands that we used to listen to that are just so badass. And that really changed the music industry and the genres, genre banding is such a big thing. But man, so good. So good. Well, rest in peace, MTV. We don't miss you because you've been gone for a long time anyway. So it doesn't really matter anymore. But I'm gonna close up the chat for today. But it was so nice hanging with you guys. And yeah, my Wi-Fi. Hopefully next time it's we're gonna do this every Saturday, same time, same place. I will probably gonna get a like a admin so that we don't get all the stupid scrolls coming. But thank you all so much for being here. Rue Yeti, appreciate you. Hadassah inspires us. And of course, Alex, as always, Oh, Celtic Frost. Oh no, you can't forget them, right? And Typo Negative. Oh my God, we could go on. Like I have to make a list of all these cool freaking artists that shaped music, influenced a lot of people, and really broke kind of the rules a little bit where they were just so groundbreaking and fresh sounding, new sounding. God, this was so exciting. Anyway, I'll be working on music myself. slightly different. All the trolls are out today, right? It's like Troll Sunday or something. But we don't give a fuck. See, people can tell you you don't tell me how to dress. You don't tell me how to talk. If you don't like what I do, just get the fuck out of my room. That's all I'm saying. And you should have the same attitude in your everyday life. And say hi to Kathy as well. Love you. We'll do this again. We're also going to do some stuff in Patreon where we do maybe more quizzes and go a bit more interactive, like a Zoom one where we can actually look at each other. And there will definitely not be any trolls because you're not going to get the invite. You're not invited. Anyway, I'll be working on music myself. It's going to be a little bit weird too. Like it's not what I've ever done before, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm going to be all over the place, and I don't give a shit because I'm just going to do what is fun. And yes, Alex, we're going to do some cover songs, and I love you guys so much. If you were here and were interactive, and maybe in the comments, let me know some of your favorite bands, and maybe we should do some reactions. Do like a MTV bands that we discovered because of MTV, or we love because of MTV. And don't forget to hit the like. That helps a lot, the algorithm. Love you guys, and we're gonna have reactions this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I will see you back on a live next Saturday. And actually next Sunday. Your double birthday request. Yes, I have not forgotten. Take care, guys. Much love.